Sergei Karyakin 1 point clear of the rest of the field, but we will be watching the other.
Yeah, he's followed by Hikaru Nakamura, who is playing now against Vladimir Kramnik, who just lost.
Yeah, Kramnik lost a terrible game to Krishuk, completely outplaying Alexander, and then in the time troubled, well, huge.
Missing a win and then losing at the end. But that happens at Blitz, so let's see how he will handle this loss.
Well, and the ready opening from Hikaru Nakamura, I think that's one of the lines that Kramnik tends to play himself from time to time.
Right.
Right, so, well, Queen is put on E7. Well, in the next few moves, White will have to decide either he goes for C4 or
E4, right.
A3, H3, so far no decision made by Hikaru Nakamura. Bishop usually has to go to H5, because after Bishop F5, Knight H4 will follow. Bishop H5 and E4. Okay. E4, and then let's see, the typical reaction would be to take and to go E5, but in this case... wait, you can take and go Bishop E5, right? In this position. It seems like you can take, pawn takes, and that's the moment you can go Bishop E5. I mean, I don't know if it's good, but it's like...
If White plays, well, take G4...
Takes G4, then yeah, then we take on F3. Apparently... Knight takes F3 and Bishop G6. Yeah, Bishop is not that great on G6, but Black has some access to some dark squares.
Right.
So Bishop E5 played. The more challenging move, strangely enough, I would claim to be C2, C3 here. I mean, it might not work tactically, but if, let's say, if Black is in time, if White is in time to then play like G4, you know, so White might win some tempi like this. C3, yeah, he plays it. So now the positional threat, so to speak, is to play G4 and then take the bishop, but Kramnik is fine with that. Because, yeah, if you play G4, if you take on E5, then you give Black really lot of time.
Yeah, and the knights will use for example, the square on
D3
yeah.
is very important, of course.
So yeah, Queen C2 and Rook D1, Rook E1.
Yeah, but still Kramnik can... Yeah, well, he decided to move the bishop to C7.
The position should be about equal, anyway.
A4, yeah, that's good. So now, since C3 is played, now you need another diagonal for the bishop. And Hikaru decides that this diagonal will be A3, F8. So A4, and intending to put the bishop to A3. Still somewhat tricky, right?
Yeah, somehow.
Because it feels like with Black, you want to play, sooner or later, you want to play E6, E5. And then Bishop A3 will provoke you to play C5 as well. And this might be something you don't want. Rook E1, very calm. Then Knight C4 might be an idea.
Oh, there are many useful moves for White.
And not clear.
Not so many
for
Black.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's easier to play with White, as I can see it.
Yeah, and as we said, that's the key in Blitz. Usually, when it's easier to play for you, when you have some, attacking moves with the tempo, that usually.
Or improving your pieces moves. So
E5. He ended
E5.
up playing E5, but now he has to. Well, for the time being on Bishop A3 he has Bishop D6, but he has to find the reaction on Knight C4. Well, A5.
Okay.
A5, taking even more space here. H6.
H6 he somehow prepared for G4, but for Knight H4 I'm not sure what is his reaction gonna be after Knight H4.
Maybe Queen E6 in this case. Knight H4 is played. Maybe the point is that Black plays Queen to E6 and then only moves Bishop G6 if he asked to. B4. Okay, so Bishop will stay on B2 for a little while. Knight to F8.
And now transferring our bishop to c4? Is it a good idea or
Yeah,
no?
but it's not that easy to do because bishop f1 and you still can't play bishop
Yeah,
c4.
of course,
the
I need
pawn
to
is
play king
hanging,
h2
yeah.
or something to protect the pawn on h3.
But in
so-
general, yeah, this bishop on g2 is not doing much, so you want,
Although maybe
want it
to transfer my knight to f5, no? To another knight f1 or something.
c4 played by Hikaru, queen to d7, and this practically forces the queen's exchange, I guess, because you do something, knight b3, and then queen. I know. I thought queen d3.
Then I take a knight c5, so that's why he played knight e6. But this
Knight
b4,
e6.
c4, I mean, doesn't look so obvious because the d4 square
Yeah, you
is
do give access
somehow
to d4 square, but maybe that's fine.
maybe.
Knight f5 now, right? Now g4, even like this, giving the square, this is, this is ambitious.
Very
This is
optimistic,
very,
right?
very optimistic move, I have to say. Because at some point, even if black plays like knight d4, you take black takes with the pawn, and this diagonal b8 h2.
Yeah,
know.
it's very risky because also too many black squares that are given away.
But what Kramnik is thinking about?
I don't know, knight e4?
like
Can he consider
some sacrifices? Like taking on... Nah, taking on g4 twice
Doubt it.
can't be serious.
g5 is also not a good idea. I don't know. Knight g4?
Knight takes g4. Wow. Knight takes g4, pawn takes, bishop takes. As simple as that. Keeping control over d1.
Doesn't look that obvious.
Keeping control over d1 and yeah.
Well, if I play f3, probably
We
he
have
wants
to,
to play
I mean-
queen e7 or something like this. He doesn't want to retreat his bishop. Ah, no, he wants to play... No, knight f4 doesn't work as well, correct?
Nah.
So what does he want to do after
Maybe he
f3?
will just play bishop h5 and play this
Well, bishop
position.
h5, then I play rook d1,
d1, queen e7,
knight f5,
knight f5.
bishop
Yeah,
c1,
objectively,
doesn't seem to be
work,
enough
yeah.
for the piece,
Effectively
for
should
the
not
sacrificed
work.
piece.
objectively this should not work, of course. A bit of a gamble taken by Vladimir Kramnik.
Well, he
and
wants-
f3 is played.
Yes, he wants to underline that
Queen to e7.
queen to e7,
okay.
yes.
But yeah, in practical terms, let's
Of course,
agree.
and then a blitz game, it's like...
Let's agree there are chances. It's like what they do after queen f2, my question will be. Queen f2 is played.
Nakamura
Well, maybe
is asking
taking
the
on
same
b4,
before.
like... Yeah, but then it feels like you're no longer attacking the king, so you try to get some material, basically trying to
Well,
survive.
yes, a few more pawns and it will be
Basically
okay.
trying to survive. Queen b4.
Well, who
But then
knows?
it's-
I mean, if you grab one more pawn, then...
Yeah, but you know, I mean, I'll just take g4 now, for
Okay, I'll
instance,
take
and
on
then go
b3.
rook a3, knight f5. I think
no,
white
wait,
will
knight
be
e3, rook, queen takes c4.
Rook
About rook e3
e3.
immediately.
rook e3. Not the most obvious of them moves.
Well, but he
Knight
keeps
d4?
asking about the bishop on g4, about his destiny.
Now it's fine. Now it's fine. Bishop h5, bishop to
Bishop
a3.
Oh,
And
queen is
what's
trapped.
with the queen?
oh.
Queen takes c4,
Oh,
bishop
oh.
f1, and the queen is trapped. Queen a4.
Well, that's the only move, but it doesn't help because
and
I
then
will
it's
just
bishop
go away
e7,
somewhere.
bishop e7 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is lost.
This
This
sacrifice
is,
was not the
this
most
is
brilliant
lost.
one.
This is lost. I mean, it's okay. Queen a4, and he can
Well,
still
after
continue
bishop
fighting
e7,
after
he will
rook
give
e7.
away the queen. He will take the bishop on e7, and what's a rook? A rook, right?
Rook for the queen,
And how many
and a
pawns?
few pawns.
And 4 pawns.
Bishop to f8
Well, that doesn't change.
doesn't change much. So rook
That's
takes,
more
knight
precise because
takes.
after the rook.
I'm not sure because now this bishop is not attacking anything, so I can actually go like rook d1, bishop to
bishop
a5,
takes a5,
bishop a5, planning for bishop b6. I mean, there are
That's
some
nice,
threats.
huh? That's nice.
There are some threats like rook d1, knight f4. You know, I mean, in the position where
Definitely.
black has nothing to lose. Let's agree. I mean, it is bad, but he's got some threats, he's got some initiative.
Well, the king is weak.
Bishop to a3, but now we don't have the... We even don't have the rook. We have like...
What do
rook
we have?
for queen and then piece. So it's like...
So queen and a piece for a rook.
Yeah, we have
What do
like
we have? Yeah, sometimes.
billion stuff, but...
Okay,
yeah, okay.
Well,
Queen e1.
I think it's better not to calculate how many pieces you have, just to play for domination, for, I don't know, knight d4, you know, knight on a1 actually is keeping the eye on c2. It's not so badly placed.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Okay,
it's like too much.
Okay.
Knight f4, yeah, right, you do have an initiative, but...
Morphy vibes. Okay, what
Meanwhile,
happened? Was it a
Karyakin
draw or...?
has finished his game against
Yeah, it's a
Mamedyarov.
draw.
It is a
Okay.
draw. So another draw by Sergei Karyakin.
And Nakamura might get
if
closer,
he
right?
wins, yeah, he will be just half a point behind. And I think
It seems like he's going to win.
maybe it's appropriate to use, you know, the sentence when he wins, because instead of if he wins, because this is like completely terribly bad.
Well, things happen.
Yeah, I mean, you do have quite a lot of pawns, but they are not like before a4 pawns for black.
No.
They are on initial squares. So it's not that you will... Okay, rook e6
Okay, but the knight
to
on
go
h4.
to d6 to go to d1.
Okay.
That's...
Yeah. Well, that's an idea. That's already not
That's
bad to have an idea, right?
Yeah.
If
It's
knight
already-
f5, then rook
Then
g6.
at least a check
wow,
from
a check.
g6.
A check is a check. It's not a checkmate, though. Knight f5 looks...
King h2, rook to d6.
Okay, so you see how many pieces are on the first rank?
Yeah, obviously...
They're not developed.
Yeah, obviously Kramnik is
Right.
not interested in taking on e3, right? So it's like you... I mean, you're...
Well, it's been there for a while, the rook.
That's many pieces down, so you kind of have to g6,
Improving the position.
restricting
Well, at least
the
you
knight
need
on
to make
h4.
some moves, right?
Restricting the knight on h4. Yeah, the feeling is like
Maybe
white
it's like
only needs to make a couple of moves. Knight e2, he takes the bishop,
now you see.
and now if queen takes, there is rook d1,
And if the rook
it
takes,
is
then rook d1 anyway.
rook d1 anyway. Well, it's actually
Okay.
is somewhat annoying. Queen takes,
Counterplay.
rook d1. Now if you move the bishop, it's rook d2. You know. Now rook c1.
So it's not so clear
d3.
anymore, no? The rook and
Now this is a rook and
And a rook.
5 pawns.
5.
Rook and
5.
5
But
pawns.
unfortunately for black, they're not on the same
Yeah.
side, not on the same flank. So
Rook
but
takes
still,
d3.
the pawns are...
Bishop takes f3,
Aha.
taking even more pawns. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be surprised if Nakamura will end up not winning this.
who knows? Still,
I mean-
still hard to believe, but
Now he really has
but
to...
yeah, it's not so
Now
obvious
he
anymore. I
really
must agree.
has to get access. Now, I mean, I can tell you what. If I simply manage to exchange my two bishops for two knights, then
It's
it's
a draw.
probably a draw because it's
yeah,
just like
automatically.
you
Well,
have
at
to
least
get
I mean, it's even black who is pressing. I mean, black is not risking.
Queen takes and queen f6. All right, bishop to d4 maybe because now the number of pawns is less important.
But it's
than
good. I mean, it's
to
not
be
you
like
see
stable.
How
Yeah, now black is
tables
completely
turning
fine.
too fast.
Rook f2, a check, king to g7, knight is trying to join the
He's
action.
not going anywhere, so it's better to keep moving the pawns, no? To start moving the pawns.
b5.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Before. I
Knight f3.
forgot
Well,
about the knight. Oh.
this is annoying. Bishop to b6 though. Bishop to b6. Now he'll attack the e5 pawn.
No. Okay.
No, I think Vlad just fell apart.
He missed the knight to f3.
Queen e5 check, king h7. Well,
There are
the b
still some
pawn is
chances. There are
close.
still some chances. Yeah.
The b pawn is close, but after queen e7,
King g7.
yeah.
Not
Queen
a
e5,
problem.
yeah, it
Back.
looks like
Even there. Okay.
Nakamura will settle for a draw now, it seems, because the b pawn is running, and even if
Is
you
he?
stop it,
Well, he can try to take first on c6 and to play queen b5, and then he always have.
he takes it.
He always
Okay, you play b2 anyway, queen c3 check,
okay.
king to h7, queen b3 attacking f7, so this way he wins a tempo. King to g8 and e5, trying to open up the position.
Yeah.
Rook e2 is good. e6, but now you take with the rook, right?
You can take with the pawn, why not? Why not taking with the pawn?
I don't like the idea.
Why? The knight is not moving, the queen is not moving.
Don't like the idea of opening the queen to be the king to be honest.
You mean you can take with the rook and build up a fortress or something like this?
Feels like this is
not
the position you
because
lose.
without a bishop and a knight, it's a
it's just a dead draw, and
well,
I think this one as well. Why would you play a5 though? Because there is no hope that this pawn will promote, and otherwise it's just like
somehow it weakens the bishop.
Yeah, the position is no longer that stable for you. Rook e2, king to f1, but how about rook e3 now?
Queen c8 and queen c6 always.
Oh yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, what a dramatic game, because at some point it looked like hopelessly lost for Kramnik, and what's now?
No, unfortunately,
there is some queen c8 threat.
He will lose on time if he.
He'll lose on time if he won't make a move. Rook to d6. So now there is a
mate with 1 second.
Made in on 1 second. Knight f6 check.
That's it.
King f8, queen b4, and queen b4, but he's winning anyway. He's winning anyway. Yeah, I think Kramnik has lost on time, but
but he should not.
Nakamura is winning anyway, because after queen b4,
What
next
happens?
move